Alright, I've had a lot of people ask me about sharpening the back of the tooth. I figured I might as well do it. And there's really nothing to it. This is Big Mac. A lot of you people know who Big Mac is. I'll get to something else here in a minute before I get to jumping around. But I'm not going to do the whole chain. And the reason why I'm not going to do the whole chain is it takes a lot of time. Let me see if I can get what I got going on first with this chain. This is a standard chain, and as far as my angles, I really don't know what they are, and I really don't care what they are. I just go by the feel, and I count my strokes, but I also got muscle memory when I'm doing my strokes. And if you're a homeowner, you probably don't even need to be trying anything like this. This is actually for people, it's like speed cutting, like racing. It's not really even meant to be used in the woods, felling timber. Yes, you can do it, but it's not really applicable for that kind of a situation. It helps, yes it does, but I'm just going to do it on this tooth here. They're all the same. I mean, I'm not grinding these chains, I'm hand filing them, but none of them have been touched on the back of the tooth, and it's actually called tunneling. And I was taught this from a guy in Connecticut whenever I was contract cutting in 2016. So let me get my phone set back up. I'll do it on this side so you can halfway see what I'm doing, so hang on a minute. Alright, and Sadie Joe is being lazy. She wants to be in the video again. She's a big video hog, but when it comes time taking pictures, she hates taking pictures. So, let's see about, I'll do that tooth because I'll be going that direction. So, this one here. And I'll try to leave it like this. And yes, I do look like I'm hunching a saw whenever I file it. I've always done that. I've tried doing the stump vices and whatnot, and my bar's got too much of this going on. The way I file, it's like riding a dirt bike. You hug that tank with your legs. Well, I'm hugging the saw with my legs. So, with that being said, I'm going to sharpen this one tooth, and I'm going to tunnel the back side of it just to show you what I'm doing. Sorry. Wonder if I can scoot that to me, because I actually want it to me. Yeah, that there will work. And this is a 13/64. Yeah, I use 7/32 and 13/64. 13/64 works a lot better on the back side of the tooth versus down in the tooth, unless you're far enough back on the tooth where you want to get a real good deep gullet on it. And it'll make the chain feed a little bit better in certain types of wood. Yes, people's gonna bitch on back dragging. I don't care. That's just my habit. There's about 7 or 8 strokes before it sounded like it was where I want it. I don't really go off of feel or count of strokes as far as how many each tooth's gonna get. You might hit a nail or something like that, or it might hit some dirt and one side might be a little less than the other or whatever, but I really don't count them. I do count them, but just for memory as far as what I started with, that's what I want to end with as far as the whole chain. But the down pressure, the muscle memory and all that stuff, it's all got to come into play on sharpening a chain by hand. So this is my chain, or my tooth that I just done. So you want to cut the back side of that tooth, and you want to cut it off. I'll just do it to show you. Hang on. And you got to go backwards on this, because that tooth there I filed going this way, and now you got to file it going the other way on the back side of the tooth in order to cut that. Let me scoot away from that phone so I don't knock it off. And that's my tooth. Got it. A lot of times you got to lock the chain on this because you're going to be wanting to shove it away from you on this situation. And yes, it sounds horrible. That back side of the tooth's not meant to be cut. All you're doing is opening it up. I've used an angle grinder before and put a cutting wheel on it, like an 1/8 inch thick cutting wheel, and it works. It's not the prettiest, but it works. And the chain don't look pretty when you get done anyway. And it works better if you're in the woods, because you can sit your bar on a stump and it keeps it from doing the weeble wobble. I'm not going to get carried away with it because this chain don't need to be tunneled. It's a long bar. Here is my tooth that I've tunneled. You can see the angle on the back side of it. Now look at the angles on the other one behind it. There's the one I just done, if it's going to focus it. And then the one behind it. Still got the standard angle on it. Come on, you stupid phone. It's got the square angle on the back. You just put whatever angle you want on it. And by doing that, you, like I said, are opening that up to allow that chip to come out of there a little bit faster. Is all you're doing. If you're getting dust bind, like your saw's bogging out and getting dust bind, you open the back side of that tooth up and it's going to clear that chip a little bit faster versus having it packed up inside that tight pocket. See what I'm saying? That's all you're doing. There's really no secret to it other than a lot of people blow it out of proportion as far as, give me a video on the back of the tooth, I want to see it. And it takes forever to do it. I bet if I was to do, that's a 28-inch bar on Big Mac. If I was to do that entire chain, sharpen it and tunnel it, I'll be there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But once you get your tunnel in, your tunnel's there. You ain't got to keep going back and touching your tunnel up. Once it's there, it's there. Then you just continue to do your normal sharpening. And I just normal sharpen it anyways. I don't do anything different as far as my sharpening goes, as far as my angles, my depth, none of that. And it don't affect your drags. But what it does affect is your chain speed. You're gonna notice a little bit faster chain speed because it's gonna clear that chip just a little bit faster. That's all you're gonna gain out of this. Like I said, it's a speed cut situation type of thing. So take it for what it is. I use it every once in a while. I've used it on the Din Din chains a little bit. Showed Tater it, and he kind of liked it there at first. But it's a lot of work. But we was using an angle grinder on the Din Din chain when we done it, but it's still a lot of work. And now that I've got the grinder set up, here's my grinder that a couple guys been asking about. It's a 620-120 Oregon grinder. I like it. I actually just got done doing chains. But I'm thinking about doing my chains like I normally do and then tunnel the Din Din chains now that I've got the actual bench grinder and I can then make it proper. But I'm not going to tunnel the back of the chain with my bench grinder. I'm going to do everything like I'm supposed to be doing as far as my angles and my depth and everything. And then I'm going to tunnel the back of the chain and see how it feeds. Because it feeds good now. But you always want just that little bit more. So, I'm going to get off here. Just got home, just got chains done. Sadie Joe's dying. She's hot. She's my little hot dog. And that's the chain backside of the tooth. For everybody that was wanting it. You ready to go in? Get a snack? Yeah, wiggle that nub. Later on.